more productive? How can it increase my income? How can it, literally just help me in my day-to-day task itself? And that's who I am as well. And I try to find ways to solve problem with this tech, not behind the computer and then cracking away with codes. That is lovely as well. But I love seeing the real bits of things. How can I get involved with people? How can I see the problem? How can I see their needs? How can I present a possible solution with this tech itself? Now, and that led me to becoming a business analyst. Basically, what a business analyst will do is to literally be the voice between the business and technology, and then translating those requirements, as much as possible, right? If there are requirements that have been gotten from the business, how do we translate that to the development team? And then development team then makes that work, and then you're also the voice of the customer in one way or the other. And then I went on to becoming a product manager. Essentially, you are at a much more higher level. When I say higher level, it's that you're speaking the voice of the business, at a high level, right? Whereas the business analyst is going deeper into that itself. And then I became an AI product manager as well, right? And basically, what an AI product manager is that how can you look at a problem, look at how you can use AI to make this better, make this faster, and make it work itself, right? Now, before I go into what exactly I do right now, I'm an AI consultant. Anyone heard about AI here? Give me a thumbs up. I want this to be very interactive. Anyone heard about AI? Or the meaning of AI? I know it's everywhere. Anybody? Feel free to give me a thumbs up, come off mute. Yes, absolutely right. Artificial intelligence. What have you used it for? Right. So what have you used artificial intelligence for? Anything at all. It doesn't matter. Anything. Chako, good to hear. Just in case you're speaking, Reta, you're on mute. Okay.
Okay. I was trying to type it out. I'm a content creator, so when I want to build some of my stories, I use Claude. Excuse me. I use Claude AI with my ideas, and I mean, it just comes up with something. I put some prompts in it, and sometimes ChatGPT when I just want to refine certain things, like certain ideas, when I'm not sure of what things are. It's just quick for me, especially with the fact that I can use voice prompts. I don't have to start typing. I'm lazy these days. Sometimes I'm cooking and I'm just saying it rather than just typing. It's so quick and easy for me.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I love the use case of using voice. That's really, really good. And again, it's literally your co-pilot. How can you ensure that you get things done much faster, with the things that you do? So well done. You use Claude, use ChatGPT, and also for content creation. And I'm sure you've seen so much value with that itself. Adi, you said my official task at work. Do you use Copilot at work or Gemini? I know there are a lot of restrictions at work. Adi. You're mute, Adi.
I use Copilot. I use Copilot at work.
Yeah, I figured. Yeah, because and that will take me to what I do right now. So I'm an AI consultant, and basically what I do at work is literally just working with senior level executives, C-suites, members, board level, and literally just helping them guide the strategy on how exactly to implement AI. As much as AI is good, I try to look at it from three different structures. Number one is the education. This technology is pretty much new, less than 5-year-old. I mean, imagine telling a 5-year-old to take over the things that you do. on a day-to-day basis. A 5-year-old is a child, right? And this AI, generative AI has been around for a while, right? But generative AI technology is literally just about 4-year-old to about 4-year plus itself, right? But it needs to start with education, right? And that's what we're going to be starting with, demystifying what exactly AI is all about. What are the things that we can get to see in here? Question for us: is there anyone that could get confused with a whole lot of things happening out there in the world of AI? Anybody get confused? You're overwhelmed? Anybody willing to share what exactly gets you overwhelmed with the things happening in the world of AI? You're seeing things on LinkedIn, on TikTok, on Instagram. Like, where exactly do I fit in? Trust me, we all get there every now and then. Anybody has that experience? You just feel seriously overwhelmed by this world of AI as it stands today. Anybody? Are we all gurus in the world of AI? Give me a thumbs up if you feel very confident, with AI as it stands right now. Give me a thumbs up. Yeah, fantastic, fantastic. Okay, you still get confused with a lot. Yeah, all right, fantastic. Retta, what exactly do you get confused? And thank you for engaging. This is what is going to make our session really, really interactive and interesting. So, what gets you confused? I know you use Claude, you use ChatGPT, which is good, right? What gets you confused?
Okay, when I mean I get confused, I only get confused about the things I don't know. The ones I know, well, I'm not a pro at it. I'm still learning. But I mean, out there, I still see a whole lot of things that AI do and does, and I'm like, oh my God, how did it do this? Or how come this has been done right? So, I mean, there's still a whole lot to learn. So that's why I say I still get confused. So those are with the ones I don't know. I've got no knowledge about.
Yeah, yeah. All right, cool, fantastic. And that's absolutely fine. There's so many things out there. I was working with a client, and basically we built an agent where it could literally automate report writing, and literally helping with delivery of that report across different stakeholders in the business. And surprisingly, that brought in £100,000 in additional sales, right? Just by the mere fact that it could build an agent, this could spot different patterns, and basically look into those patterns and say, okay, these are the things that we need to do. This is how exactly you should look out for it. And then £100,000 in additional sales. And this was in a space of 3 weeks, itself, which I thought was amazing. So a lot of things happening in the world of AI as it stands today. Any other person getting confused about AI and the things you see now, like, how do I get about this? How do I use this for my business? What are the things that I can do with this? What are the processes that I can apply for this? Where exactly can I go, with this itself? Or anyone feeling very confident in the world of AI today? Feel free to come off mute if you want to share. Okay, let's go ahead into this demystifying AI, what exactly it is and why exactly it matters. So basically, we are going to be focusing on generative AI, and what you would have seen is that AI has been in existence. Like I've mentioned, it's. I'm not going to go into the history of AI, how exactly things have been in there. I'm going to go into generative AI, right? How exactly it works, why it's becoming part of everyday work itself. This is the fastest technology in the history of mankind as of today. And what we are going to be seeing in the next 5 years is that a lot of things are going to change completely. We're beginning to see it right now. People are losing jobs. Companies are saying that people need to go because AI is doing a whole lot of tasks, itself, and a lot of things are going to change. The World Economic Forum said that there are going to be about 107 million new roles completely, where people can literally um, um, find things that they can do, completely. The things that we have as of today is going to completely change, right? Itself. So if you're sitting on the fence thinking, oh, you know what, I do not even want to go ahead with this. Fortunately and unfortunately, this technology is here to stay. There's so much that has gone into the technology. It is helping corporations. Klarna, I'm sure we all know Klarna, the buy now, pay later company, increased revenue by $40 million itself, but just by the mere fact that they could literally bring in AI into the system itself. Yes, the greatest fear about AI, more people will get to lose their jobs. But we need to be ready for that. We need to be ready, whether we like it or not, whether we do anything or not, whatever, we just need to be ready. It's going to happen, right? Because organization is saying, okay, we need to upskill. We need to be able to put things. I sit at the forefront of where these organizations, with decision makers and saying, say, we need AI champions for the organization. We need people that can literally carry the flag to say, okay, these are the things that you need to do, right? Because a lot of people are trying to figure it out. So I think you're quite lucky to be here right now, and then also learning about AI because you're already head over shoulder over a lot of people. As much as AI is being talked about everywhere, we are still in a bubble. Over 7 billion people have not used AI before, have not come in contact with any sort of use case. So you're amongst the 1 billion people that are using this, that are part of the things that are going to be happening for the future. But we must position as people that need to be a part of that, either in business, either at work, or otherwise, or the non-profit, anything that you need to do. We need to position for the things that we need to see itself. So yes, we've heard a whole lot of things about the fear of the unknown. Oh, we're going to lose our jobs. But what exactly are we going to do about that itself? What are the things that we need to put in place? And I'm going to be sharing some of those things with you. Number one is that you need to sort of be curious about this technology. Right, that's the first thing. Just be curious about it. You do not need to have any technical knowledge. Remember, with my introduction earlier, what I was mentioning was that I do not like the fact that the technicality of all of this, it just bogs me down. I love the problem solving part of this. How can I think about a problem? We all have a problem every day, every now and then, right? We're thinking about, okay, how do I solve this quickly? How do I do my kids' assignment better? How do I help with a meal plan, for example? How do I help with a recipe? All of these different parts are things that you're used to on a day-to-day basis. All I ask for you, the first thing that you need to think about is curiosity. I just need you to be curious. Just be curious about it. Whether you are doing YouTube, or you are writing content, or you're using this at work, or you run a business, you be curious. That's the first thing, right? Be curious about how you can solve a problem. Please give me a thumbs up if you're still here with me. Give me a thumbs up if you're here with me.
Yeah.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you, Adi. All right. Yeah, awesome. Thank you,
We're
Owen. Very
here.
good. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Fantastic. Okay, so the first thing is that you need to be curious. It's I tell you for free. I was preparing a we had never done this before in our house, and we're preparing um it was this pastry now. I can't even remember. But anyways, we got a recipe. We built an agent that could give us a recipe for this particular pastry itself, right? And then it came out amazing. I wish I had a picture of that itself. Amazing. Put that in the oven, and then it was able to break that down for us itself. But it was a curiosity that drove us into doing that itself. Like I mentioned, I built an AI agent, in helping a business, increase revenue by over £100,000. Significant, right? From the least things, to the biggest of things itself. At the same time, we've been able to do this to prepare a meal plan as well. My wife just started a YouTube channel, right? And she's trying to sort of work on a script, what exactly are the things that she can do? How exactly can she do that, right? And then she's literally working with AI to help her with this itself, to refine a whole lot of the knowledge that she has. The first thing I want you to think about is curiosity. Curiosity. Number two is that we want to get practical, right? We must get practical, right? Writer has mentioned being able to use voice AI, and then she's cooking, helping out with the kids, and all of that. And then she can speak with the tool, and then is given an answer, and then she can go back and forth. That is the practical way. You do not need to know how to code. You do not need to know how to do anything ambiguous. Just be able to think about the problems that you want to solve and then put that into AI itself. That's the practicality. We want to start as simple as possible. Remember, we are demystifying AI. A lot of the times, everyone gets jiggy. Oh, this technology, what exactly is it for? And the reason why people get anxious about the technology is because they do not know about it. The moment you begin to go into it and use it, you realize that okay, it's not that difficult. I've been able to use voice now. I've been able to use chat now. I've been able to use all of these different processes and the things that they do itself. The other part is that recognizing common examples of AI already in daily life, right? Like Greta mentioned, she's been able to use this for recipes, for content creation and being able to use voice. I've mentioned that my wife uses this as well for recipes. Anybody else using this for daily activities? What exactly do you use this for on your daily activities? Someone said they talk to AI as their therapist. If you want secrets of anybody, go into their history of ChatGPT. It's anybody else doing what daily activities would you use? Yes, summarize emails. They're very good. Meal plan timetables. Yes, fantastic, fantastic. These are daily activities that you can use this for as well. What else do we use this for? Anybody else? Help kids with schoolwork. Yes, yes, yes. Very good. Yeah. In those days, you keep care plan. Yes. AI as a teacher. Use it for a care plan. Yes, that's really really good. That's really really good. It's in those days you find this is so difficult because Google is all over the place. This sort of just makes it as streamlined for you as much as possible. I want to give so much time for questions, right? But I'm going to proceed. The other thing that you'll begin to realize is that what can AI do and what can AI not do itself, right? I want us to think about the things that, because now everyone believes AI can do everything in the world, there are still limitations to this technology. The way AI works is that it uses data. Now, for you to be able to get this data, is that it understands a particular bit of context. AI doesn't think, it goes through a pattern, understands that pattern, and I'll explain how exactly this pattern works as it stands right now. Basically, what it looks at is that if you ask about a care plan, for example, to say, okay, generate a care plan for this particular establishment that I have, it will look at different patterns and look at what exactly is the likely outcome that you would want to get for this itself, right? So it's important that you understand that what are the things that you would want to see. How exactly do you want to see that itself? Very, very important, right? Now, the other part is that you begin to see the fact that AI is literally going to help you with the fact that um, the EU AI Act has just been released, and basically for those that do not know about the EU AI Act is how can you use AI much more responsibly? What are the things that you can put into AI? It's always advisable if there are things you would want to see out there. And again, I'm going to be showing you what exactly you can do in ChatGPT, how you can protect yourself, from a couple of things, as well. Give me 1 second. 1 second. So a way you can protect yourself. I'm sure a lot of us would use ChatGPT on a day-to-day basis itself. 1 second. Just going to share my screen. Okay. Can we all see my ChatGPT? So can we see my ChatGPT screen? Yeah, fantastic. Okay, so if you have ChatGPT, this is what exactly you'll be able to see. And again, this is just to protect you. One of the things that you begin to see on a day-to-day basis, right? The way I've gotten here is that I come into the left-hand corner. So for us that basically use ChatGPT, you come to the left-hand corner. All you need to do is go to settings, right? When you go to settings, you go to personalization, right? You go to personalization. I've been able to personalize a couple of things in here. I'm going to share some of my prompts with you that you can put into ChatGPT as well. But what I want to show you is data controls. For you, you may have this as on for yourself. You can see improve the model for everyone. Now remember, what I've mentioned is that AI would always rely on data. Your data, my data. AI cannot perform without data. It cannot do anything without data. So the data that you put in for the care plan, for example, or you put in the data for a meal prep, and you put in kids' name and all of that, it will take all of that data and improve the model if you do not have this off itself. So you need to go to settings, go to data controls, and then turn that off. Anybody willing to, let's quickly have that practical implementation. Quickly go to ChatGPT, go to settings, go to data controls, and then turn it off. Please give me a thumbs up if you are there. And you can use this on your phone if you are finding difficult on your laptop. You can use this on your phone. But this is to protect you as you use AI on a day-to-day basis. Give me a thumbs up if you are there. Anybody there? Anybody there?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Are you there? Are you able to go into ChatGPT and then go to settings? Yeah, have you done that, Blessing?
Yes, I have. I've turned it off.
Okay, all right, fantastic. Anybody else done it off? I can't find settings. Okay, what you need to do is to go to the left-hand corner. You will see your name where you have your name. Click on that itself, right? The left-hand corner. Then click on settings. It will show you like a pop-up. Then go to data controls and then turn off improve the model for everyone. We'll just wait a few more seconds for everyone else to be done with that, and then we can proceed.
Oh, sorry. Are we supposed to download ChatGPT before we can do that?
No, not necessarily. Not necessarily. You can just do that straightforward. Yeah, you do not need to. You just need to go to click on where exactly your name is, and then being able to do that itself. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll try now.
Yeah. I will just wait for a few more minutes, and then we can proceed. Done. Well done, Abby. Well done. Well done. Well done. I'm very proud of the moms in Sunderland. Well done, Rita. Well done. Really, really good. That's good. That's good. Well done, Win. Thank you. Thank you. We
Hi,
are.
Nelson.
Hi. Hi, Kamisola. Hi.
Yeah, yeah, hi. You said we should just click on where our name appear on the whatever
On
on
yeah, on
ChatGPT, right?
yeah, correct, yes.
Oh, I can't see where my name appear. Let me let me go back again. Let me
Go to the
reopen it.
bottom left.
It's okay.
Yeah, bottom left. So if you go to the bottom left and then you click on that, it would show you settings and a couple of things in there. Click on settings and then go to data controls. Yeah, we are going to wait for others as well. Okay, all right, fantastic. Let us proceed. Right. So remember that I mentioned to you that AI is fantastic, it's been in existence for quite a while. Generative AI, we know about generative AI because you can use ChatGPT, but there is a huge bit of this happening across board itself. And I'm going to help you demystify that shortly. So within artificial intelligence, there's machine learning. Now, artificial intelligence is the umbrella technology that learns. I'll put the thing in bracket because it's getting the pattern and then do things like humans. It is basically being able to say, okay, how do I take the things that humans do and then make it better itself? Now, machine learning, on the other part, is when AI learns from your past experience. This past experience is the data that I'm just talking about, right? Now, we do not want AI to learn from our past experience, itself, because we want to protect that data as much as possible. It is very, very important because that data is your gold. You do not want all of this information that you're giving into ChatGPT to go out there, right? And sometimes we just put in a whole lot of things because we trust AI. But if you've not turned that off, please do well to turn it off as well. It is being recorded. You can always go back to watch what exactly we've done in there. Now, there's also deep learning. So basically, it has this huge amount of data, billions of data over the internet, right? He understands and interprets this huge amount of data. So essentially, he's looking at what exactly can resonate with you as fast as possible. I think it was Stella who mentioned about a care plan, right? Now, how exactly does AI sort of understand what a care plan is? It's looking at the next best pattern, and I've explained what exactly this means deeply to you. Now there is generative AI, which you and I is very, very familiar with, and it produces content such as texts, images, videos, amazing, amazing things out there. Now you have the large language model. Does anyone sort of know what the large language model is? Anybody knows?
Yes, I do. I
No,
do.
I don't.
Okay, okay.
I
Blessing?
do.
Yeah, go for
Yeah.
it.
See, large language models is a way of like training AI due to data. Like you train it, then it knows how to answer questions the way you want. That's what
Yes.
I think.
That's fine. You've done well. You've done well. You've done well. I'm going to be explaining what exactly that looks like shortly as well. Thank you. Thank you for helping with that. Well done. Well done. All right. Okay. And then let's go to the next part itself. Before I explain what's large language model, you can find AI everywhere. Your Netflix recommendation, there is AI inside of that. So I'll give you an example. My wife is a medical person, and I don't like watching medical shows. She loves the medical shows from Grey's Anatomy to The Resident, and all of that itself. But she just prefers to watch my Netflix. And all of a sudden, I'm beginning to see medical shows all over the place, and then I am forced to watch medical shows, and I'm forced to sit down and then go through seasons, and then I'm beginning to love it, and then I'm sitting down and I'm spending days there, itself, right? One thing that is doing is that it's looking at patterns on the things that I'm watching. It's thinking this is me watching this itself. So remember, we talked about data. It's looking at all of this movie data and then making prediction based on the things that I would want to see. So if I've watched medical shows for the last 7 days or the last 1 month, it begins to recommend medical shows to me as well. The same thing happens for your Amazon, right? For example, I was supposed to purchase something for my daughter over Christmas. I was supposed to purchase a dress. And then all of a sudden, it's giving me chocolates, it's giving me a Christmas card, it's giving me shoes, all of these are recommendations based on the pattern. It's using AI for this itself. Remember, it always goes back to the data that you will use for this itself. Extremely, extremely important. Number two is that your email box, also has AI, itself. Your voice assistants, right? Now we have Alexa, Siri, Google, at the same time, you're using this for ChatGPT, for Claude. Voice is everywhere, right? It's literally just taking your voice and then interpreting that into the things that you want to see itself, right? So which is getting better. So AI is literally everywhere. Even your shopping recommendations, like I mentioned with Amazon, your Spotify as well, or your Apple Music, you have that as well. The fraud checks, banks. I work with clients where they literally use AI to scan, different bits of information that you're having itself. And it basically looks at the things that you're doing, and it's much faster than the traditional technology itself. Same with social media. The algorithm pushes what interests you to the For You page. Absolutely, absolutely. Because it's looking at data, data, data. That is why the biggest part of all of this is your data itself. You want to protect that data as much as possible. You want to be sure that you are keeping yourself as protected. You've done the step one, of turning off that training model, which GPT cannot train with your data itself. Extremely important. Now, Generative AI, there is text where you can use this to draft documents. A couple of us do this. A lot of us use this on a day-to-day basis. I've seen in the chat where we use this for meeting notes, care plan, meal schedule, recipes. You could also use it for images. You could also use it for explainer videos. You could use it for music, as well. I had a friend who sort of curated bedtime stories for a month, with a tool called Suno, and then it literally just generated a whole lot of that itself. So you can imagine the amount of things being done with AI as at today. Right, so we are very, very early in itself. Now, how can AI help you? It can help you create, it can help you analyze, it can help you organize, it can help you summarize, and at the same time, it can help you enrich. Let us start with create. It was Rita who mentioned that she would create a content, content script, and literally help with that itself, and then push that into social media. Before AI, that was so difficult. So imagine the amount of time you'd have spent trying to get that to work as well. At the same time, I tell you for free, I've used it to analyze the contracts before. By all means, take out a whole lot of information that you do not want to see in there as well. Very, very important. Number three is that it can help you organize, itself. Because of time, maybe we can have a session some other time. You could literally do this in ChatGPT where you can have a project, and this project understands your context as much as possible. Basically, what is in there is that it would understand you and the things that you do. Let me quickly show you something right now and the things that I've been able to do. This is still my ChatGPT screen. I'm going back to share my ChatGPT screen. Is that you can see I've been able to, in this place called personalization, I've been able to put in a couple of things. So you can see my custom instructions and the things that I want it to do. I want it to be able to do things the way that I want to. So number one, I've told it, write like a real person, because AI is not very smart. Again, it understands patterns, but you need to guide it to understand those patterns as well. Imagine the billions of data, it wouldn't be able to understand you and the things that you do, right? So I've told you to write like a real person, be clear, concise, and honest, because sometimes AI will just lie to you. It gives you a lot of intelligent nonsense. Oh, you're the best thing in the world. You've written so well. They're gonna love it. Please don't hype me. Just tell me what exactly it is. And I'm sure a lot of us have seen that as well, across board. At the same time, I tell it that casual is fine, no hype, don't use ChatGPT world, like dive into it. You will see a whole lot of this, in AI words, unleash, game changer. You just automatically know that, someone is using AI in this part itself, right? So you want to make it as natural as possible for yourself, right? So those are some of the things that I've been able to do to literally just help me. But I'm going to go back into the slide in here. Now, it can also help you in drafting internal notes, at work, and a whole lot of things, itself. We've discussed about a whole lot of that already. Now, what can AI do and what can AI not do well? AI can help you with speeding up drafts, on the things that you want to see, how exactly you want them to look like. It can also help you summarize large amounts of text. It can help you find patterns in data. It could also help you rewrite content for tone or clarity and generate ideas. What AI struggles with, and what I am seeing right now, is that it struggles with understanding context like people. It cannot know you the way you would know yourself. And that is why it is important that you give it the necessary sort of information, to get it to understand you. It is difficult to understand local nuance. What exactly would you want in a care plan? So, for example, there are different sort of care plan. I think Stella mentioned about care plan. There are different sort of care plan you can have there. What sort of care plan are you looking at? AI would not be able to understand that specific part until you give it the context that you want to see itself, right? So it's quite important that you understand that. It is also difficult in making ethical judgments, like now we've been able to turn off training data. It might not understand what exactly you want. It would not understand what is applicable to the EU. It wouldn't understand what exactly is applicable to the UK or what exactly is applicable to your business, as well. So really, really important. And then it also struggles with getting facts right all the time. So sometimes you think, oh, you know what, AI is giving me all of this fantastic, double check what exactly this looks like. Like I've mentioned, sometimes it can give you a lot of intelligent nonsense, right? You need to verify, and that is why you are still very, very important in the future of AI because your judgment will play a critical role with that itself, right? So quite important. I'm being very conscious of time. Let us proceed. Now, AI hallucination. I'm sure we must have heard about this. AI hallucinates, it does a couple of things. Now, AI can confidently make things up like it's truth, It would literally just think about one thing and give you that, and then you think, oh, this is fantastic. But I tell you for free that you need to verify. Yes, it will do 90% of the job. That 10% is what makes the difference. But before I proceed, give me a thumbs up if you're still here with me. Give me a thumbs up. Oh, I can see only two people still here with me. Right, okay, yeah, fantastic. Okay, all right, yeah, okay, all right, thank you, thank you. Okay, let us proceed. Right now, there was a fabricated legal citation in 2023 where a New York attorney used ChatGPT to write a legal brief, and then it resulted in the inclusion of several fake court cases and judicial opinions that the AI had completely fabricated. So we must be constantly careful on the things that we want to see in there. Let's talk about large language models, LLMs, right? Essentially, LLM is a type of AI trained on a huge amount of text, so it can predict and generate language that sounds human. And this is what Blessing was mentioning earlier as well, right? It can look into this. So for you have ChatGPT just released GPT 5.5, 5.6. I've lost count of it now. There's Gemini, I think Gemini 3.0, Gemini 4.1. There's also Claude, and a lot of these models are on the ball. It literally just looks at the fact that it's trained on huge amount of text so it can predict and generate language that sounds. You don't need to worry so much about that. It's just an advanced text engine itself. Now, basically, how does an LLM work? Is that it's trained in this large amount of data, right? It does not think like a human. Basically, it just predicts and learns the patterns. It learns the relationship between the patterns, how exactly they can look like. What is the possible, like the next steps? So, for example, Stella had asked about, can I get a care plan, for example, from ChatGPT? He understands the patterns that, oh, we've seen all this amount of care plan data, right? What exactly would they want to see at the end of the day? So an example here is that would it be the students open their books? Would it be a care plan for an elderly home? Would it be a care plan for, what exactly does that look like? So it looks at the different likely outputs that it will want to see, and then give you a particular, sometimes it will get it right, sometimes it would not get it right itself. So, and that is where your knowledge comes in critically. Very, very important. I want to leave some time for questions. Now, the big four LLM providers, we have ChatGPT, we have Claude, and ChatGPT uses Jupyter 4, uses Jupyter 5. Claude uses Opus and then Sonnet. Gemini uses Gemini Pro. And then Microsoft Copilot also uses the LLM from ChatGPT. So just in case someone was not aware, Copilot also use the LLMs from ChatGPT because they have some sort of stake and agreement, in both companies. Now, what is a prompt? Remember, I told you I'm going to be demystifying how exactly AI is all about. Now, what is a prompt? A prompt is the instruction you give to an AI tool. That's what exactly it is. So, if you tell it, generate content for my social media pages, what exactly would it look like? It would look into that is the instruction you've just given to it. That is what a prompt is. So it's just like prompting a child to go for a nap or prompting a child to go for a bath. All of these are instructions. So with AI, this is also an instruction that you give to it. But you need to be as clear as possible for you to get the outputs that you want to see in there. Very, very important. Now, simple prompt examples is that you can summarize the prompt in report in plain English, or generate a care plan, or write a polite email to resident about bin collection, or give me 5 ideas for my um, meat pie recipe, that I want to do. But the clearer you go with your prompts, the better output you will get. If you have a vague prompt, you would also have a vague answer. Let me bring it back home for us, right? I have 2 kids. If I tell my 2-year-old that um, um, it is 7 p.m. today, we're going on a holiday, but tomorrow at our hearts, you are supposed to go to bed. She's going to get confused every now and then, right? But there needs to be a clear direction as to what exactly I want her to do at 7 p.m. I want her to go to bed at 7 p.m. Everything stops at that particular point in time. The same thing goes into your prompt. What would you want to see from the AI itself, right? You need to give it clear instructions, on there itself. Very, very important. Now, what this means for you is that you do not need, I need to put that in bold, you do not need to become a technical expert. All you need to do is just get, like I mentioned, you need to just ensure that you are curious. Just get a basic understanding of what AI is. We've just explained that you're already using this. Keep doing that. Your judgment matters more. And I'm sure moms have the best of judgments out there, right? So your judgment matters more on the things that you are going to be seeing. So as you generate something, go through it. That is what makes you the expert in this case itself. And then asking questions is a strength. Ask questions, go back and forth with it. Ask questions until you get to that desired output itself. Any questions? I have a gift for us after questions. Any questions?
Yes, I have a question.
Go for it, Rita. Go for it.
So I don't know if it's outside what we're discussing, but I'm just gonna say. So like on this group, Moms in Sunderland, we've got lots of vendors who are in business. Let me just say, for example, as I am a content creator, I have some relevant AI tools which I should have as my working tools like ChatGPT, Claude, CapCut, Canva, and the rest. So for a typical mom in Sunderland who is a vendor selling honey, crayfish, air extensions, what would you advise or what can you recommend as the regular working tool that they should have? And can you please tell us how to use it? Because a whole lot of us are still learning, how to use certain tools in AI and we may not know. So if you could please maybe just recommend one or two that, an average vendor should have as their working tool. I don't know if I'm making
No,
sense.
no, it's a good question. It's a good question. The tools also matter.
Yeah.
And it needs to be solving a core problem, right? So let's go to the problem. Let's go back to the problem before the tools.
Okay.
What is the problem? Is it the amount of time it is taking a vendor to go through a day-to-day basis, or literally just want to increase sales, cut down costs? What is the problem as it stands?
Yeah, I'm thinking increasing sales and maybe creating visibility. Just, yeah.
Okay, right. Okay. Do the vendors have websites? Any idea?
I don't know if vendors are on this platform, maybe they can add to what I've asked. I don't know if some of them, I think most of them really don't have websites. I don't know if
Okay.
I'm speaking, yeah, for I doubt. If
Yeah,
Adeline is here, maybe
I
she
don't
can
have
speak.
website. I don't have
Uh-huh.
a website.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. That's fine. So I would imagine. So where would you do business? They're on social media, correct?
Yes.
Okay, on social media. So essentially, you would want to reduce the amount of time that you spend responding to repetitive questions, because that's a problem, because we need to start with the problem, right? What is the problem that we're seeing? Is it the fact that if you do not respond to a customer at a particular period of time, this is what exactly happens, you would lose that particular sale. That can be a problem. We want to be able to reduce that amount of time, automate that whole process completely itself, right? And then in partnership with you. Now, if you're able to reduce the amount of time that you spend on that itself, sales will come, right? So there is that one part. And what I would recommend is that um, so one of the tools that I recommend for this is you want to have an AI that is embedded into Instagram that can respond on your behalf even when you're sleeping, right? So it literally understands your business, you understand your voice, you understand the things that you want to see. You could integrate it in Instagram, you can integrate it in Facebook, integrate it in WhatsApp, as well, right? So that is quite key. ManyChat is a bit complicated, right? You need to set it up, but I really do not want to think that, oh, you need to be technical. So one tool that you can use for this, yes, ManyChat is an example for this as well. You could use ChatGrow, and that is what I think Chima has been putting in the chat as well. And then we're also able to sort of just work with moms and see, okay, what exactly is the problem that you are going through, itself on a day-to-day basis. Because again, it's not about the tools itself, it's about the problem. If we find out the problem, the tools become easier itself, right? So that is quite key. Any other questions? Good question, Rita. Very, very good questions. And by the way, I'm happy to work with mom for free. To like I said, I'm quite passionate about like literally just helping and solving all of these different challenges, right? So happy to help out. Adi, any question from you?
Yeah, it's not really a question, but because I noticed you laid emphasis on having to know what the problem is,
Yeah,
then you would know the exact tool that might probably work.
yeah.
Looking at the kind of things that the women on the group does, should I say, a quarter of the women on the group are all into businesses. And from what I've seen or from experience, what I notice is a whole lot of them don't know how to go about probably promoting themselves to give them that visibility and sales, because not just visibility, they want visibility that will turn into sales for them. So are there tools that can practically do this, considering the fact that this is not just the only thing they do, they also have their jobs at which they do.
Yeah.
Sorry for the noise at the background. I'm trying to juggle between my son's class. So they juggle in between work and then having the side hustle there. So is there any tool that they can use to help them, do these two things perfectly? If there is, believe me, we would love to jump on that, because it's not about just one person. It's a whole lot of people facing this. So if there's a way you can help us bridge this gap, come up with something for us on the group that can make these things easier for us.
Okay.
Then secondly, you said something about doing things for free for us. We're currently yeah, I love free things, because yes, we're just looking for a way to minimize costs. So MIS is running a trade fair. Is there any way you can test run any of these tools for us, probably to help us hit the visibility that we want, so that people will get, even the moms will get to understand how these things work, how these things can turn into sales for them. So if you could do practical examples, see how you can come in for this event, see what you can do for us, then probably we will learn from there. Thank you. I don't know if I'm making sense anyway.
No, yeah,
Hold on, Nelson, before you respond to it. So we're now veering off scope. The essence of this thing is AI for business moms. I'd really appreciate no more interjecting, Nelson. I think it is important that we understand the basics. If you want to build a house, you must build your foundations, so that we don't veer off course and out of scope. We need to follow through with this. Understand AI, understand how to use AI, then you can manipulate it into whatever you want. But if you want magic, you want to get to the answer first, that is not the best way to learn. So I'd really appreciate it if we a little bit more organized and let Nelson finish. And Nelson is teaching us the steps, different phases of AI. Let's understand it. Then, as business people, the onus is on you to use that information for whatever it is you want, visibility and publicity, whatever it is you want. You can, whoever has mastered it after this training you can now deploy that person for whatever project you want. So please, I'd appreciate no more comments. Drop your comments in the chat box. Nelson will pick it, or I'll pick it, and we'll respond to it accordingly. All right, thank you. So that we can work within a fixed time and we don't go without a sense of direction. Right,
No.
you.
I think the group has been really, really organized, Chima. I think the group has been. I think I opened the floor for questions, on there, right? But absolutely, I think the group has been organized. But yes, I definitely understand where you're coming from. Yeah, the foundation is quite important. Um, I know that there were questions around social media visibility itself, right? But what I would advise is that, again, that foundation is quite important. When I said with regards free, I'm willing to literally just help break that sort of barrier, like basically what I'm doing right now itself, right? So tools that can help with image creation and social media visibility. So image creations, ChatGPT is really, really good, right now. Let me go back to sharing ChatGPT again. I know we've run out of time, itself. And I do not want to keep moms here on a very warm day. Okay, right. Um, ChatGPT is really good. So for those that do not know, this is my ChatGPT. You can have images, right, in here. So you can see the different kind of images, for those, this is my wife. She's been able to create like thumbnails for YouTube videos, so you can see the amount of stuff I have been able to create. A couple of things as well, so you can do a whole lot of things with ChatGPT. Don't think that is too complex, right? On that, so ChatGPT can help you keep it simple. Claude can also help you with images as well. um yeah, so I would advise ChatGPT and Claude, play around with it, test it across board itself. And then you mentioned something around, you had a question around visibility and something else. What did you mention around you said visibility. Adi, what was your question around that? Could you confirm?
Like seriously, I don't even know the question. I don't know what to ask again. I only asked question based on what I told my team, the reason they came on board. So it seems it's outside the scope. So I wouldn't want to ask further.
No. Go for it. 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 I encourage the question, so please go for it. Yeah. Yeah.
There are some questions already on the screen, which is in line with what I asked. It's on the chat box there. So
Yeah, so you mentioned something around social media visibility and something that a lot of moms are looking at. What is that? I want to answer the second question.
I can't remember. I know I spoke about visibility, like what are the tools that they can use to
Yeah.
be able to juggle in between their jobs and their side hustles,
Yeah.
because
Yeah. So visibility, with social media is that you want to literally, it's creating the content, posting the content, right? That is what is going to give visibility, right? AI would not automatically just create that visibility. So you need to create a content. I have something that I use for creating my content. So I post a whole lot on LinkedIn. I post on Reddit as well. So I have my LinkedIn assistant. It literally just helps me with creating content, and then I get to post in there as well, right? So you need to create a content. So what I would advise is that you can have a scheduler. So let me put in, so use those tools. So post bridge, I think so. Yeah, okay. So you can use this tool to post across all of your social media channels at the same time. This is what exactly you were asking about, I'd imagine so. So you can use that tool. So I'm just going to paste the link in the chat itself.
thank
Um,
you.
Yeah, so that is one, but you would need to create the images and the things that you want to see. It will just be in one place, and that's you can just schedule for the entire month itself, and that can help you. So as much as possible, just um yeah, you can use Postbridge for that, and then it will help with visibility on the yes, someone mentioned something around sales, as well. So sales is basically off the back of the fact that you're posting, and I would advise that moms should also have a website for their businesses, and if you also post if you are using Instagram, WhatsApp, and Facebook, Chadbro, I think Chima had put that, is bringing up something that would literally help you have an agent across WhatsApp, across Facebook, and also Instagram. It would answer questions on your behalf. Even if you're at work, it would answer these questions on your behalf. It would literally, you can see the chat. Let me paste it here. Lucia, what you can see the messages being put into the chat. Is that what you're saying, Lucia? Just in case you're speaking, which I can hear you. The links on the tool name. Oh, I just pasted it. Let me paste it again. So it is called Post Bridge. It can help you automate putting all of your content, and then you can post at the same time to all of these different places together. So I've just put it in there. The second part is that in terms of increasing sales, time is very, very key. Time is currency itself. Is that you can have an AI agent on your Instagram, on your Facebook, and your WhatsApp that will understand your business as much as possible, right? Itself. Would those two help? Does this sound like the things that you guys have been discussing in your group? Does that sound like what everyone has been discussing? Anybody?
Yeah, Nelson, that will also help. It's a good idea.
Okay, all right.
Me, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, that's what Chima has been put, and then we can discuss more about that as well as we progress. So what you can look at is first having this post bridge. So try to save that link, and at the same time also get to sign up on ChatGrow, and then would literally help you set up your agents across these different social media channels. So when you're at work, the agent is responding on your behalf, engaging with customers on your behalf and as much as possible. Yeah. But that will be all from me. Any other questions? Any other questions? Any other questions? But if there are no questions, a big thank you. Thank you. You guys have been super, super amazing. I've thoroughly enjoyed the fact that I can have a conversation with moms on a Saturday afternoon, right? And gladdens my heart, and at least I can give back in one way or the other. Um, but Chima, over to you. Thank you all so much.
Okay, hi. Okay, so thanks, Nelson. Is Nelson here as he left? Okay, Nelson, you're still here. All right, so Nelson, I posted something in the group for you were teaching the basics of AIs and all that thing. So more is importantly, I wanted to ask, are there special prompts you want to give to mothers in general and women in business that can help them manage their time more? Because you talked about generative AI, you talked about elements, and you also talked about prompt engineering. So as a mother, and they talked about posts. So in my speech at the Moms in Sunderland event, I did talk about how you talked about a scheduler, and I also told them how you can use prompts to get a list of things to talk about within the week. In fact, what I do on a Saturday is speak with my AI and say, okay, do a deep scan of businesses in the United Kingdom and tell me their pain points and recommend solutions because and give me a 1 week schedule of things to talk about. So it does a deep search, gives me a list of talking points, and then I tell it give me a very concise write up. So I have write up for day one, day two, day three, day four. So on a Saturday, so I'll just plan my week like that for my LinkedIn post. So I was thinking, are there PowerPoints? They have these powerful points that prompts that you can use in terms of visibility. Then you also talked about AI for ChatGPT, how you can generate pictures. Are there how do you create are there prompts for ultra realistic visuals? I think moms want to take away something that they can apply in their businesses for today. So it's something that if you have the time, maybe give us like 15 or 20 minutes of your time, say, okay, let's get busy, let's do this one thing. For visibility, impute this prompt and give us something we can take away, because I know you have a wealth of knowledge, maybe you're hoarding. That's what I was telling, also I was like saying that please let's wait till you finish, because if they interrupt you, they will not know what you're going to offer. So you are
Yeah.
probably working with time, but I know they have point pain points, but is there anything you can give to us to take
Yeah.
away us mothers?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anyone was interrupting because I opened the floor for questions. But what I would advise is that it will be good to understand the problem more because again, the tools are easy, right? And a lot of things will be applicable with the tools. Very very good. And all of that. Um, I think we should progress the conversation. And what I can do, if everyone in here can help with all of the different problems, that I know Adi had mentioned a couple of things, and then speaking on mom's behalf, which is really good. And if we can also come into the group as well, right? Because that is something that can be insightful to hear directly. Because again, I'm quite interested in the problem. If we understand the problem, it is easy to find a bespoke solution for what exactly that looks like, right? The prompts are good, but what would happen is that with the prompt, it could be a hit or miss. One person might want this particular part that is solving this problem, and it doesn't solve the bigger problem. So I don't know if this would work for the entire group. Is it possible to invite us into the group, and then I can speak, you can sort of give a list of the different problem, the challenges that you're having. Modasala, you said, ha. Okay. Yeah. What do you have in mind, Madasala? Okay. Okay. Right. So I think if I mean, I'm offering to come into the group and then see and hear. um, and then basically tailor a lot of these problems. It could be a separate tool from what exactly I've mentioned here, for vendors and business owners, that you guys are. What does that sound reasonable, to you guys? Adi, Reta, Modasala, Blessing, what does that look like to you guys? Angie, go for it.
Sorry, which group are you talking about? Is it the Mom in Sunderland group?
Yes, this
Ah,
Sunderland, yeah, yeah.
I'm not the admin. I'm not the admin. She will talk. Problem.
Who is willing to speak, because that way you understand the problem better, right? Anybody willing to speak on that?
Oh, sorry. I think all of you moms and Mom in Sunderland are already in the meeting.
Okay.
So anything you want to do, you can just talk to Adeline about it. For all the business owner that we are in the group, I think most of us are here because Adeline already told us all of us has to be here. But anyways, you can talk to Adeline about it. I don't know. I really
Okay.
don't know what to say. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Adi, yeah, what do you think? I mean, the whole idea of me mentioning this is that, I mean, fantastic idea Shima has brought up, but again, to go down into the depth of things, to understand the problem directly, for business owners, I think is something that would really, really be important.
Hmm. Nelson, to be honest, I think I've spoken about this with Chima.
Okay.
Like I said, we've all been together for a while now, so we understand how things work for us.
Okay.
So yeah, if you want to go in depth, yes, you could just schedule a time that will be favorable to both parties, yourself and us. I don't know how you guys want to go about it. we could repeat another session whereby everyone will be available, not just having 25 people. We've had sections where we have more, that especially something nice like this. And considering the fact that we have lots of business owners. So if we really want to get the best out of this, to understand what our problems are, yes, I would be glad if we would have a session directly with you. But how to grasp everyone's problem on a particular day in a particular session might be a little bit difficult. Maybe we can create something like a survey to understand what people's problems are.
Yeah.
And then we'll send it out to the business people on our team. It might not just be, we also have people that are looking forward to do businesses. So if they know that they have something that can solve their problems, probably they will now want to jump on the businesses they've longed for or they've longed to do. So if we can have a survey being issued out, you can come up with a survey and then do something, share the survey with me, and then I'll reach out to every of our members to fill it up. Then I can collate what the problems are and then send it back to you, if that makes sense as well.
No, that sounds like a plan. Absolutely. So we can do like a survey, because again, it needs to solve a real problem, right? You know, with the tools and all of that. I mean, you brought up something around social media visibility. There's a tool for that, you know, around image generation, you know, and these tools are very, very affordable. It's sometimes even free itself. But it'll be good to sort of understand that. So there's going to be a survey that will be shared, you know, and then that can be shared with. I mean, I understand everybody's quite busy, you know, on there. But yeah, um, thank you so much, Adi, as well. Chima, thank you. Yeah, over to you.
All right. Okay. So special thanks to you, Nelson. Um I do appreciate the time you've taken to help. Like I said, Nelson is a super busy person. But there's a group, there's a link I've been sharing in the platform. It's called Chat Grow. Please, if you're here, register for it. Invite as many people as you know to register for that platform. Nelson is the brain behind that chat agent. It will help you scale up your business. You have a website, you're planning to have a website, register for it. Invite more people to register who own businesses to register for it. What that chat agent will do is help you scale up your business, whether you are sleeping or on the move or everything. You always have a system in place to respond to engagements and to talk with people, identify potential leads, it help you cross sell or upsell, and even inform you where, oh, look at this person. This person is trying to buy something, and the potential for him to buy something on a website is higher. Now, for mothers wanting websites, there are lots of easy to build website platforms there. There's a lot of stuff. What Nelson has said as a product manager, of course, is to try to collate all your current challenges. A lot of us have businesses, we do not have an online presence. A lot of us have online presences, but we don't know how to manage our time or manage content. A lot of us have this content, but we don't know how to articulate it enough as to get more people, either using hashtag systems or catchy videos, and AI can actually help you create. What's this one? Grok can help. Grok is Twitter. Lots of stuffs are out there. What's this Chinese one? Sonata, or one of these things. They do realistic videos that can help catch the market. There are lots of things happening out there, and because you're a mother, shouldn't put you at an advantage. In fact, the use of AI should actually give you the edge. So, in course of the next scheduled meeting, we will send the surveys out. Take out your time to put everything that you know you need to keep you out there. And just to encourage you, if you are doing business in the United Kingdom, I hope you know you can self-sponsor yourself. So don't stop looking at it as a side business. Have a paradigm shift. In course, you know what's happening in the UK right now. Start repositioning yourself to put yourself at an advantage. Do you understand? So you can gradually build your business to a point where you can say, hey, I'm not doing this care thingy anymore. I want to self-sponsor. Why? Because you've built up your base. You have chat agents that can be like your entire stretch of staff. Do you understand? From receiving emails, answering emails, getting ready for you to respond. And your social media calendar is filled with posts that are going to go viral. By viral, positively speaking, it's posts that will catch attention and draw them to your business and also transfer them to your website to make purchases. That entire value chain has to be in place. And that is what Nelson will do for us. He will teach you how to use chat. That's what I'm like, register now. Register now for Chat Grow. When you register for Chat Grow, you have direct access to Nelson. He oversees it. He's the brain behind it. And trust me, this guy is amazing. I am at the forefront of AI because of Nelson. He built the first platform I used as a project manager, Pace AI. So I'm telling you that you need to get on Chat Grow right now. I've posted the link several times in the group. Please, please, please make sure you are registered for that thing. So I will let you all go now. You will be hearing from us. If you've registered for this event, fine. If you've come through one group or the other, we will disseminate information through that group. So for mothers in Sunderland, I do appreciate your time. We will zero in on whatever it is that are your challenges to help you become more visible and more efficient, have more time. For women from other groups, I really appreciate your time. I thank you all for coming. I do hope it was worth your while. You will not be left out. We promised moms in Sunderland, and we're like, oh, let us open the doors a lot more for other women. So women are powerful entities, they are powerful beings. So we need to make it work for you well in the United Kingdom. So thank you, everyone. Nelson, do you have any parting words for us, sir?
No, no, all good. Thank you all so much for the questions and the taking out time. This means a whole lot. Look, Chima, people asking for chat grows link,
I am.
in
I
the
am
chat.
posting it
Okay.
one more
All
time.
right. Thank you guys so much. Yeah. All right.
Thank you, Adeline, Texas, Mrs.
Thank
Texas.
you.
Thank you, Olaide. Olaide, thank you. Thank you,
Thank you.
everyone from everywhere. I appreciate you all. Have a pleasant weekend.
Same here. Bye.
Bye.